Watch and listen closely. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. All right. Thank you all for taking a minute of your precious time. Well, not more than a minute, but some of your precious time to be with this precious family. And once you become a member here, you will understand how precious this is. Okay, so we have no data coming out of the Soho right now, but we do have Stereo A here. Just real quick, sometimes we get lucky. Let me just reboot this. Oh, no data there. What about for the fourth? Nope, nothing for the fourth. Okay, so back to Stereo A here. Okay, and it only takes a shot every hour, so we get like 17 frames. But in here, captured, if you like let you guys look for a second. Look over here on the red side and see this little dark little spheroid coming out, right? Wrapped in plasma right in there. Give it a second. You know what I can do is slow it down too, since we only have a few frames there. There we go. So our little planetoid right there came out. You can see something else going on up here. This camera is so old, it's hard to, see what's going on in there. You can make out something in there, but it's not really all that worthy of zooming in on. You can actually kind of just see what's going on over on the red side over here. So, quite the, well, I'm just going to leave it right there while I take a couple deep breaths. This is going to be a hard show for me. Say a prayer for all of you, too, for strength and courage as you guys endure this knowledge that we're going to go through tonight, okay? All right, so far there's just this activity kind of going on Stereo A. Just now I seen this pop up. Sorry, no images. That's what I figured. All right, let's see what Stereo A's got for us out of that. One frame. Nothing. All right, let's move on to what's... Oh, are you kidding me? Not again. Right during the show. We are currently experiencing an X2.8 right now, you guys. Right when I was doing prayers again. Okay, here we go. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting this, so let's just do it on the fly. Wow, unbelievable. And we're, let me scoot over. We're at X2.8. You see it right up here in the corner. So we're currently kind of climbing still. Get some of these wavy lines out of there. Dang, I had so much other stuff to report on tonight, too. Plus this. All right. So here we go. Our third X flare, like 3 in a row. There's one here, one there, and now this new X2.8 and climbing probably. So we'll keep that already. Wow. Look at this. I'll pull back just a tad bit more. X flare, 50%. That's the highest I've ever seen this up at 50%. It might as well be 100% because we're enduring one at the current moment. So here's your D-layer absorption right here going on right now as we take an impact. Probably some radio blackouts going on right now in that region of the world. Okay. Maybe I'll pull up the D-layer here in a minute. Okay, in the meantime, all of our indices have lifted now. We're all in yellow. This is up to 177. We're approaching 200 pretty quick here. All right, so that's not good. X-flare potential, 50%. That's the highest I've ever seen it, but we're enduring one as we speak, so I wasn't planning on this. Hang on, let me regather my stuff. Take a sip. Okay. Meanwhile, we have our C flare, M flare, 90% X flare underway. Proton storm chances maybe out of this one. We'll see. Over here, our geomagnetic forecast. The 5th and 6th is that G2 impact that we're expecting. 7th and 8th, that'll probably all change here. I don't think that's even been equated yet. Because look at all of this that came off the sun today right here. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff to... Oh, dang it. All right. Well, so let's just keep moving on. All our flares in the past day, 9132, 9184, an X 1.3, M74, X 1.2, M2.2, and now you might as well tack on an X3. Let's see here in a few minutes, it'll update and it'll give us a either climbing higher or peaking off or something. We'll come back to it. Meantime, we got our sunspots here. This is the big bad boy right here, 3663. The other ones haven't been seen to doing anything. It's just this big bad boy has been popping off left and right. All of these right here, every single one of them is at a 3663, okay? Over here now on our KP index, we're taking in a bunch of radiation. We're getting hit with some energy from the sun right now, and you can see that we're getting up to our KP5. And when this X flare hits us tomorrow at the G2 that they're calling for, we might get a G3, and we'll see maybe a red spike coming up here soon. All right. For right now, we're already hitting a yellow one. I saw the impact a little earlier, more when the roars were kind of lopsided over on this side. We had some yellow banding in there, and that's where this yellow came from. All right, so it seems to have died back down. It's in the green, so we'll see a little drop down here until we get our CME impact. Okay, right now you can see our auroras are decent. They're nothing too special right now. Let's do this real quick. The BZ component of the interplanetary magnetic field, better known as the IMF. Okay, you guys are getting familiar with this stuff now. The IMF tipped south -10. All right, usually we see -6 and get worried. All right, we're at -10 for several hours. All right. This may not have been an impact. This may have just been the BZ dropping so hard for quite a while that this is just solar wind that made it through their quote crack in the IMF. Okay, or crack in the magnetic field. Okay, 2 X flares so far today. Chalk it up. Change that to 3. Well, there was 2 today. This is going into the next day, so my bad. Within a 24-hour period, though, 1, 2, 3, so 3, 24, 3 in 24 hours. Okay, we're gonna go to. I want to read this again. AR-3663 is providing quite a firecracker. Is being quite a firecracker. Sorry. Another strong flare was just detected, this time of X1.9, and the flare is in addition to the M8, the X1, the M7. All right, so coronagraph imagery courtesy of Blasco is still not up to date. However, imagery by Stereo A, which we were looking at, shows any plasma that is being released will be directed mostly north of the Sun-Earth line. Okay, so we're getting a side swipe of it. You can see where it's located. We are on the southern hemisphere. We're below the southern hemisphere of the sun, so it is going to fire kind of away from us. But if we can still see the light and we're still getting the impact on the D layer, that means we're still going to, any kind of CME will still get a side swipe. And do you remember last time when we got a little brush or little kiss from a CME and they were expecting a G1 and it turned out to be a G3 storm? So even a side swipe right now can cause problems. Okay, we're still at X2.8 right now. I'll come back to see when that updates. Hopefully it's a video of this thing popping off here. Yeah. Or an ad. No. All right, so not exactly the quick little video I was looking for, but you can see that's the one that's been active, popping off a bunch of stuff. There we go. That's more what I wanted to see right there, or to show you guys here. Okay, so it's just, there we go. There's a good little shot of the surface and how it's just, see all these arcs interlooping and reconnecting and connecting again. Bang. All right, so it's a magnetic kind of storm here, almost on the surface of the sun there. So, all right. Now let's do some track-a-lacking. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for taking a moment of your time to be here. Okay, nothing showing up on this. Let's do this one again, though. It's a healthy reminder. You know, we did it the other day. Oh, I hope you guys are bracing for all this stuff that's coming. And that thumbnail, hopefully, well, you're going to need some strength to endure tonight's spiritual report. All right, so it's our same impact coming at their estimated time is right there. We're looking at this green line up here because this is Earth. The other ones don't really count, but this one right here, impact right before the turn of the day, late on the 5th, early on the 6th. Okay, that's important to remember. Late on the 5th, early on the 6th. Right on the change of the date there. Okay, excuse me. I had a cough there. Other stuff that we need to cover. That's good enough. We got all that done. I want to get over here to this. All right, so our geomagnetic storm watch, the G2 that we saw on the other one, right here, a CME might hit Earth today. It was hurled into space May 3rd by the X1. Okay, the 1.6 solar flare from the active region 63. NASA and NOAA models agree that the bulk of the CME should pass north of our planet with a southern flank glancing late on the 5th. Okay, moderate strong G2, possible when the CME arrives, most active sunspot in years. All right, this is the part right here. This bad boy is the most active sunspot in years. Fast-growing sunspot, 3663, has quickly become the most active sunspot of solar cycle 25. Today alone, it unleashed 2 X flares and 6 M-class flares. Well, it just unleashed another X flare. So you could say within the 24-hour period, it unleashed 3 X flares and 6 M-class flares. All right, so it's very active. This interest compressed movie from Solar Dynamics shows the crackling action. That's the movie I wanted right there. Snap, crackle, pop right into your morning. All right, each of these flares created a brief but deep radio blackout on Earth, causing loss of signal at frequencies below 3 megahertz. All right, these events easily noticed by ham radio operators. Yes, we know that. The flares are expected to continue. 3663 has the beta gamma delta magnetic field, where mixed polarities bumping together in explosive proximity. Okay, that changes from the M class flares, the 25% of X class, change that to 50. Okay, you never thought we'd be saying that, huh? Change that 25% X-class flare chance to 50? What? Yeah, change that sucker to 50. Because we're undergoing one right now. And we're not getting fresh data. I want an update on that. Oh, it climbed. All right, so we're at X3. What did I say? We're probably going to get an X3 out of this. Currently underway as we are live right now, okay? Undergoing an X3 and possibly more. It's still climbing. And you can see the D layer region right here. They're the ones having the radio blackout. Oh, if they're trying to get it on over here in the battle zone and having a radio blackout, that might screw things up. Okay, back to where we were. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. I'm trying to get through this. All right, we got through that. Now, over here at the Schumann, lo and behold, remember I was telling you we had this inbound energy. Make some screenshots in case they mess with it again. Yeah, you're right. We'll get to that later. That's a good idea. Whoopsie, why did I get that? I want to slide this down, just kind of center it a little bit more. All right, there we go. We're talking last night about our inbound energy. We came off of this little grinding event, had some continuity, a little burp right there, some weakening. You can see how everything gets a little dark in this whole area. That's when our field gets weak right there. Now we're going into another grinding session because of that inbound energy. And I was telling you, expect to see another session, another white blob coming here pretty soon. Excuse me. Ugh. The devil's just punching me in the gut. Ugh. anyways, back to this. You can see that our pressure is building down below. All right, let's just get to that point. This is an indicator of pressure down below. This is our shell and the core starting to grind at the barrier there, causing very intense frequencies, starting at 1, going all the way down to, like, well, we're at 20 here. Sometimes these spikes go all the way off the page. That means they're hitting higher frequencies, okay? The color denotes the intensity of it. So right now you're getting hit with intense 7.83. Yeah, your ears are ringing, aren't you? Yeah, mine are too. So there's that right now. This make your animals behave weird, make humans behave weird, okay? So some pressure has built up down there, and this is an indicator. We're kind of talking about last night how this is going to happen and when this is going to, this is going to show up here soon. So there's our Schumann right now. Okay, so might want to take some Excedrin, drink some water, take a nap, or whatever to kind of help you. Okay. I need a nap is what happened. I need a nap. But let's keep moving. I got it set up here at our upper jet stream again. Our little dots that were over Texas have now disappeared. Okay, and you see this flow. Look, last night we had these 2 dots right here, and it was like a hand scooping up energy right here, and it went straight up like that. Remember, we were looking at that last night. Well, those little things have disappeared, and look how our flow is now more even right here. Okay, so that helped. Whatever those things were that were diverting this energy right here and scooping it up through this zone right here. You saw that last night, right? If you were here, you saw that. If not, go back to the replay, last night's live, and you can see eyes over Texas. Well, they're gone now, and you can see our flow is kind of back to the setup that it was without those dots in it. All right. So that's our setup right now. You can see we got, this flow coming off the Pacific Northwest, coming down California, hitting Arizona, going right up across the plains and over through Canada. We also got this little hump going through there. That's your upper jet. All right. So now let's get to the lower jet. You can see how it correlates a little bit. This is that storm that just came through. It dumped a couple feet in California. It dumped some snow down here in the valley. And funny story, I got a couple of teenage kids that love drifting, watching drifting shows and cars drifting. And we were going out to the store and I saw a little snow on the road. So I kind of pitched it a little sideways, and boy, did their eyes pop out, and they grabbed the seats and Dad. But anyways, moving on. We got some snow that came in this area. Now, this deep low, this big trough right here, is going to pull up a bunch of moisture, and we're going to have very, very nasty weather in this area here tomorrow. And we'll get to that in our weather report as well. But there's our setup right there. That's your lower jet. We can even go down through the layers. Boom. Pluto. That's where I want to be right there. There's our storm level right there. And you can see this flow coming off the Gulf, going straight up through the country. This low, as it digs in, is going to grab all that moisture and bring it way up here too. All right, so we're going to see this negatively tilted trough is already starting to form right there. All right, now what I want to do is take you over to the chemicals. Let's go to the SO2. Fine. How are you? SO2. Now, look at this. We have this big blot, patchy area here missing the gas escaping because of flooding. All right. The flooding in this region is just these poor people. We need to pray for them. All right. Meantime, we got our gas escaping out over here. Pretty good coloration. We're still kind of divided right down the middle here. You see these little spots on the west coast over here. Every once in a while, they'll pop up and flare up a little bit when we get pressure. St. Clair, Michigan. There you go. Give you a little idea of where your nearest little, SO2 emission spot would be. Pretty healthy one right up in there, Canada. Okay, so we have this flooding that is like blotted out a lot of this gas escaping, which also causes, so it'll look for the path of least resistance. So imagine this whole blob. We got to back out a little bit. Imagine this whole blob right here, pressure underneath, trying to push up, and these are all the pinholes above that blob. Well, when you plug up these pinholes, more pressure will come out of the other ones that are around the surrounding area. Okay, just like squeezing a balloon, trying to squeeze the air out of it. If there's 5 or 10 holes and you cover them up with your hand, that pressure is still going to squirt harder out of the other remaining holes. Okay, so you can kind of see that happening around this area. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. How about that? So let's come on over and check out what's going on with China in this part of the world. We could even back them up to their daytime real quick. See, they have some pretty bad gas. Is that Mickey Mouse with the big old ears sticking his tongue out at us? I don't know. Crazy stuff going on these days. Anyways, a lot of pressure in this region. See this big dark black region right here? They got issues. Okay, a lot of gas is coming out of this region right there. And then let's come on down here. Look at Java. It's doing its job. It's being a little relief valve. Lots of gas coming out of that region. Still good, healthy little spot here on the coast right here, too, or on the tip of this peninsula. Look at Australia. It's getting its little act together. These little spots that are popping out, little plumes that are. So not even Australia is safe from these emissions. Okay, we'll come on over here. Adjust for our time. Okay. There's our little fulcrum point. Glowing pretty good. This one, that one, all 3 of these right here. This 4th one sometimes will flare up pretty good, but you see all the emissions coming out along the coast. All right, relieves a lot of pressure along that area. All of those are individual sites. Let's just go in real quick. You see each individual dot. They're not like one plume blowing down the coast. These are all little pinholes in the balloon. Okay, and that's like a big healthy one right where the nipple of the balloon would be, where it lets more air out kind of effect. All right. All right, so there's our SO2. Let's back up. I want to get to our particulates, please. The sandstorm. Can we hit the wind? All right. Wait. Make sure this is the right date. This is, yep. Okay, good. Okay. Because sometimes on that map, they keep sending us back to the one date. I guess it was until we reported on it. Okay, big sandstorm still going on in Africa. Has been since November of last year. Still blowing across the Atlantic, depositing all kinds of sand on South America. You can see the mountain range stops it. Over here, we have very intense right here up in the Gobi Desert. All these wind patterns, when they change, they kick up that sand and send it in different directions. So now we have kind of a little sandstorm going over here. That's all Africa. Mainly just that one. Our one over here by the Caspian Sea seems to have died down a little bit. So That's our sandstorm report right there. Doesn't that look like a round black circle right there with something kicking up all that dust? All right. Maybe it's just me. Well, let's move on. I better get over here to the ocean and check out our SST. Take the currents. Well, we got to go back 8. There we go. I'll take the currents, but I'll turn them off. So let's get on over to our region here. Still a lot of hot water vent off of the shore of Japan here. This region right here around Taiwan. Remember yesterday we had a lot of yellowing and stuff off the coast here. That means it was higher pressure. Right now, there seems to be a little lack of pressure in the region. But just down the way from it, good hot spot going on out here somewhere. And you can tell, see this cold water here to the coast and cold water in this region. There's cold water all along here. This area wanted to be cold, but it's being taken over by all this hot water. And then as we come out here, Tamumasi, the biggest volcano on the planet right there. And then we have this big blob out here continuing to grow in size. It almost something circular. Again, I'll let you be the judge of that. When you pull back and look at that, there's something circular about that. And I don't think it's their radar because this is not the kind of instrument that uses that. This is different. Little smiley face here. Ding ding, little frog type character. All right, well, very concerning. This is starting to turn yellow in here now. All right, before it was just an orange little mass, and then it was a little red mass, and then it turned orange, and now we've gotten some yellow in there too now. Okay, so we need some of these spots to relieve more pressure. Really do. Okay, that's about it from this instrument to report. There's other places down here, tip of South Africa. Something going on down here as well. Okay, so let's move on to. Do we cover it all? Yeah, we got enough of that. Let's get on over here to the earthquakes. We've had some earthquake activity today now. Okay, so let's pop on in. Welcome to Fiji, my friends. Just off the coast here where we get some of our deep activity, but that's not one. That's a 4.6 down at 289, so about halfway down. Here's a 5.4 at the surface, so there's some energy being released at the surface right there. We have something here at the very entrance to the system here, which is 4.5, but it's down at 102. Take a peek. It's not on the boundary. It's on the back side of this ridge right here, this underwater ridge. It's on the back side of that little ridge, or on this little mountain ridge right here. It's on the other side of that. So 4.5 down at 102 right there. That's a little deeper quake. That's not energy being released at the surface. Now, more quake activity in this zone. Basically a 5 here, down at 74. Right next here, we got a 5.2 at 139 and a 5.4 down at 105. So basically 3 5s right here. Now, let's get into our big quake here. We had this 6.2 at 12, down at 12. That's pretty close to the surface. We got a 5.6 aftershock down at 10. And then a 4.7 down at 10 as well. So see this plate boundary right here going through there? It's a little short, almost like a crack type effect in this little island right here. here's our deep pit area where we get some of our deeper earthquakes are in this little, let me pull back, in that whole little area right there. Okay, moving on up. Now this is odd. This is a little different. Here's this fulcrum point thing effect, but it's hitting on the other side of the island. We saw this last time. Here's a 4.8 down at 42. Then just up from it, a 4.7 at 46. Nothing at the fulcrum point. Remember, there was no pressure, or the pressure had released in that area. Let's take a little peek, shall we, at that island. Whoopsie, come here. Where are you? Between Taiwan, the upper island of the Philippines. So right in that area right there, where we see the, whoops. See, there's the tip of that little island right there, and there's your heat signature right there. Okay, so the pressure in that area is causing quakes. See how it works? Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed the path. 3.9 down 22. This is what I'm worried about. 5.2 at the surface right here. Yeah, some energy has creeped over here, and now we're getting activity. Fulcrum point quake, 2.9 at the surface. Boundary quakes, 3.0 at the surface, 2.7, three-way kind of fulcrum point. Even though it didn't hit right on the very tip, this is the three-way fulcrum point because pressure's coming all three directions. It's jammed up right there, so it'll just take the next nearest easy spot, the path of least resistance. When we back out just a tad, well, right there, now you can see it is a three-way kind of fulcrum quake. All right. The intersection of fault lines right there. Now we have this activity that's still going on over here over Salt Lake City. So let's go dive in here. We have a 4.4 down at 4.4. Could it scream any louder? Oh my. All right, 2.5 down at 11. Wow. Thatcher. God's got a weird sense of humor. All right, 2.8, Stanley, Idaho. Let's go on down here. We got this. 2.6. Now, Cocos Plate. Boom. 4.3 at the surface, at the boundary. That's energy being relieved in that area. Perfect. Look at this. 4.2 east of the Cayman Islands here at the surface on the boundary. I haven't seen a quake in this area in a long time. This is you know what? Let's try something. Okay. So right in there. Okay, there's the Yucatan Peninsula and then the Arch of Cuba right there. There's the Arch of Cuba, Yucatan Peninsula. So right in that area. And we do have red kind of in that region. It's not yellow, but there is some pressure out here off the coast of, South America. This hot water in here, we really can't say, because hot water pools in this whole area. So any hot or heat anomaly in this area on this instrument would be kind of null and void. See how warm water collects at the tip of bays up here like this? So don't let that get you alarmed. It's what I'm looking down below here. Excuse me again. just to see if there was pressure in that region. So a new quake in a new area. It's one of our odd quakes. Let's see what's going on over here. Even higher, 4.5 down at 135 there. And all these are just little 3.7. Okay, so our little diverse quake out here, a quake where we're not used to seeing one. Okay, we'll have to watch that area now. Also here, we're not too many quakes go off out here. This is a 5.4 up by the Easter Isle a little bit, down at the surface. Over here on this plate boundary, we've had 4.9, 5, couple of 5s here. Okay. You know, there were a couple of 5s when they make both of them 4.9s. What are the chances of those both being 4.9, huh? About the same odds there are of the devil face in the clouds. Whoops, that happened. All right, Fulcrum Point boundary quake, 5.4. Actually, not at the surface. This is not at the plate boundary. My bad. This is in between this little, almost the flanks of this volcano right here, or this island, volcanic island. Right in between. We see the pressure's pushing this way. You could see, you know, this whole formation was pushed by pressure going this way, almost like a shovel blade pushing snow or whatever. Some's brushing off to the sides, but the main blade's still pushing this way. Well, right before, you know, the crinkle zone, boom, 5.4 down at 70, huh? It's probably a little stronger too. So a lot of 5 activity all through here today. All right. 5 activity, 6 over here, 5 activity up there. So we've had an increase in magnitude and a number of quakes as well. Okay. Because of pressure. Another 5 right here down at 106. 4.3 at 139. 4.4. 4.6 at 53. Wow. And then note how quiet this whole region is right through here. There's nothing along this boundary, nothing at the fulcrum points, nothing in Europe at all. Okay, so nothing to report there. Oh boy. So let's get to this forecast. And while this is loading up here, another important forecast we got to talk about tonight. You really want me to stall on the spiritual report tonight, because what we're about to show is going to be deeply disturbing. So, but you should be prepared for that. If you've been at this channel for a while, I should be able to show you anything now. It might scare you a little bit, but you also have nothing to fear, because, well, you know why. So I'm going to get rid of that one too. All right, so let that play. All right, there we go. Back on up. So our current conditions right now, it's kind of quiet. Thankfully, this is going to be like our one little quiet moment. And then this next whole week is just going to be a brutal onslaught. So people in this area that need to regain supplies and stuff, get in this area, get ready. Here's your one chance while the weather isn't too bad to go out and stock up and get ready for this next round. So here we go. This is our current conditions. The morning of the 6th. There, by noontime, we're going to have severe weather on the backside of this negatively tilted trough here, okay? So it's pulling moisture up around and then hooking back in to the cold air. When it hooks and whips around this hard, we'll probably see some spin-ups around there. Remember, now we have inbound energy, a G2 magnetic storm that's going to enhance this. So that's noontime. There's convection. All right. Pretty similar to what we saw last night. Watch out for this whole entire band. Just watch out. All right. Even though it shows little pop-ups here and there and there and here, by 7 p.m. their time, when sun goes down in here, when the sky kind of, all the moisture drops out of the sky, I have a feeling we might see a little bit stronger than what they're predicting there. All right. I pray I'm wrong, but we have this inbound energy from the sun hitting on the 6th. There is the nighttime event, very similar to what we saw last night. Okay. Pretty much the same what we saw last night. But now take note, because we are just hours away from this event. I'm going to zoom in on this. Okay. This is life and death now. Okay. It's not for views. It's not for likes. It's life and death. Warn the people in this area. If you have family, friends in this area, and I've seen some other maps that are showing, more down here, this one showing up here, this whole storm. Do not just pick out a spot and say, hey, I'm safe. It's going to whip all the way down here, because we have added energy from the sun that's going to enhance this. I'm afraid, I pray I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will say I was wrong. Thank you, God, for letting me be wrong on that one. But this is what the models are showing right now. All right. And that's already tomorrow night. So everybody in that area, I would even start talking people in North Dakota. This is warm air. So the further north it goes, I would watch out further north. See how it's creeping up like that? So these areas up in here, no telling. It could drape all the way back down here. But watch your weather closely. Several storm sites I saw today that are calling for very enhanced in this region right here. Okay, there's a possibility tomorrow for some devastating long track F5 maxi tornado doing severe damage. We saw a tornado just a few days ago with winds of over about 250 miles an hour. Okay, and it was spinning so fast that it produced anticyclonic behavior. These storms, when they're whipping up this fast, hot, moist air from here will race up to catch up to that cold air, and when it races up really fast, it slams into this slow moving storm. This whole line's creeping really fast, but a little surge will come up and slam into it so hard that it knocks the storm like that a little bit. Boing! And it causes torque energy or rotation just by the sheer impact. I watched it a couple of times, and I saw what was happening. I understood what was happening. My jaw dropped because it's happening. So this event right here, everybody take notice. Even in Illinois, even in Indiana, I would not mess around. Just be very, very aware. Now, there was a storm chaser who was getting bugged because people spent the night in their bathroom and nothing happened. Well, I'm not telling you to spend the night in your bathroom either, but have your bathroom prepared or your safe space prepared. Maybe sleep with your pants or some slippers on or something in case you have to jump up and run. All kinds of precautions you can take. Use your head, have flashlights all over the place. One of my favorite ideas that I got from Mike from around the world, tape the flashlight to the back of the door. That is a good idea. Just one that you don't even use. It's your emergency go-to flashlight. You tape it to the back of the door. In case you are visually impaired, you could feel around and you will feel your room and know where the door in the room is, right? Then you could feel to the door and find the backside and get your flashlight. Have your emergency things handy, have them nearby, have your car ready, other stuff, okay? Be prepared. This is a fair warning right there. Now, as we go from the afternoon convection blossoming hard at nighttime, convection, nighttime tornadoes, very dangerous. Iowa, Missouri, Minnesota. It's going to clip all these little states all through here, okay? So it's going to be a multi-state event. Just because you don't see, it looks like it's all in one state. No, it's going to be a multi-state event probably. Now, this will be the morning time of the 7th. It'll dissipate by the morning. You still see remnants and pockets in there. There's the noon of the 7th, convection, nighttime, morning of the 8th, noon, convection of the 8th right here down in Illinois, Indiana. By the nighttime of the 8th, another nocturnal event here in the Ohio Valley here. All right, so that's not too far off either. That's on the 8th, the nighttime nocturnal event of the 8th right there. So noon, convection, nighttime of the 8th. Going into the morning of the 9th, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime still, they're calling down here in Mississippi, Alabama. Don't fall asleep on that one right there. The nighttime of the 9th. There's the morning of the 10th, noon, convection, nighttime, 11, noon, convection, nighttime, 12, noon, convection of 12th, nighttime of the 12th. Ooh, watch out. Hopefully that changes. That's pretty close, not too far out here. So nighttime of the 12th, morning of the 13th. Noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 14th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 15th, noon, convection, nighttime, 16th, noon, convection, nighttime, what the heck, of the 16th, morning of the 17th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 18th, look at that thing. Noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 5th or the 19th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 20th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 21st, noon, convection, nighttime. All right. You know what we didn't do was the volcano report. All right, so my main concern is that next storm and then the little remnants, that aftermath right there of the remnants. Everything after that is useless pretty much until we get there. Okay, the low is already there. This is the one that just slammed California with 2 feet of snow. This was a record for the latest winter storm warning ever issued by the Weather Service for California. They've never issued a winter storm warning for the Sierras this late in the year. So that's one for you. That's how powerful this low is right here. You see how tight these millibars are, and you see how widespread it is, okay? So that's huge. Then we go, boom, there's the morning of the 6th. That's just hours away. That's tomorrow during the noon time, okay? Now, this is 11 a.m. When you see these hours, this is 11 a.m. my time Pacific here, so 12. That'll be noon time for them. There's 5 p.m., so 6 p.m. in this region right here. This is going to be popping off right here. Meanwhile, this will start to be blossoming all throughout the day. Big, huge thunderheads all the way probably through that thing. Already probably producing tornadoes by this time tomorrow, I think. I hope not, but we'll see. But by that time, it probably will be. Okay, and that's nighttime of the 6th. That's tomorrow night at this time. Yeah, less than 24 hours from now, all that region is going to be, well, in a lot of danger. So pray for these people, pray for their strength, pray for their integrity, or strength and hope. Give them integrity to make it through this. All right, we have to get to this volcano report real quick. All right, Fuego. Well, we don't need to name off. Ebico, 10,000 feet today. Luatolo, 7,000 feet today. Kilauea, following the strong unrest period at the volcano over the past week, the intense seismic activity halted beneath the rift zone. We already read about all the 1,200 earthquakes that they had there just yesterday. So, Popocatépetl, 19,000 feet. Fuego, 16. Reventador, 14.5. Okay, Reventador, kind of new one back on the list. An old favorite that disappeared, back on the list. Reactivated again, pumping at 14.5. Sabancaya, 21,000. And that was already just going into the fifth. So let's go into the fifth. All right. So Sakurajima, 6,000. Semaru, here's 14,000. Now pushing 15. All right. So it's pumping at its maximum capacity right there, probably. Ducono, 7,000 feet. I don't need a dog button here. Thank you. Ruang, 6,000 feet. Watch out for this one again. Popo, 22,000 feet. Santa Guido, 13,000. I mean, we rattle off all these over 10,000s like they're nothing, but these are huge blasts. Even 13,000. It doesn't sound much now, but 13,000 feet, that's a lot of ash in the air. And this is just daily. We were talking about the ash in the air last week, right? Since then, think of how much more just went up. Since we talked last week, with all these blasts every day, and that Ruang with 80,000 or 60 and a 40,000 foot blast, all the ash that's in the air since we talked about that last week, and then we look at all these. All right, back to 13,000, back to 16,000. Purace, or in Colombia, declaration orange alert status. Okay, so that one's went on the alert list. Sangay, Reventador, 14,000. Sabancaya, just 21,000. Oh boy. I mean, I'm just going to go through this list. I'm not going to list them all off. You guys can kind of look at them as we go. You understand this is the cautionary minor activity currently erupting. That means currently erupting. Okay. Let me see. Nevada del Ruiz. Maybe we didn't see a blast out of it this week, but usually it's active. Here's this new one on the semi-active list. Purace or Purace, however you want to say it. Ruang. We had a 6,000 foot blast out of it. Put that sucker back over here. See the little misdirection type stuff we encounter? Reventador, watch that sucker. Rekahena still active. Tofua, this is a new one on the cautionary list. Here's Ruang. Excuse me. Sabankai, Sakurajima, Sangay. Stromboli over in Italy. Okay, we're going to talk about Italy tonight. Suenoshijima. Here's this Tinakula in the Solomon Islands. Villarica and Yasur. Okay, yay, we made it through all that. Everybody take a deep breath. Go get your snacks. Go to the bathroom here. Do what you're going to do while I get some of these instruments pulled down and our spiritual report pulled up. And we're just going to let that play for a second. Most of you weren't around for the opening, so we're going to go to right about here. Oh, yeah, check out this bolt of lightning that hits this volcano right, and it's exploding. And then we're going to freeze frame here with one of our... Look at that. That was badass. You see that right there? That's Ibu. We just reported on Ibu. Okay, so a surge of pressure came up from the ground, an SO2 plume. That's what they look like. Then we have this event here, May 3rd in Argentina. Probably satellites falling out of the sky. A lot of, well, I'm sure we're going to see some of the satellites falling out of the sky with these objects interacting with the Earth. Now, all right, Lord, give him strength. I'll leave that sit there for a second before I point anything out. You people that are well versed in this channel see it already. That was May 3rd over Potenza, Italy. Get the wavy lines out of that. Okay? It's not pareidolia. That was what captured May 3rd. Today is just turned the 6th. That makes that 3 days ago. Or just 2 days ago. Our latest capture in the clouds was over Potenza, Italy by somebody else other than me. Okay, so now you know it's not just me making these images on my computer or something. No, this is real activity that's being captured in the clouds. It's being captured by other people as well, all right? Even our own family members here at this channel. That image right there should, well, let's do this. No? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I should just stop thinking and let him take over. Because I try to figure out what's going on and he knows better. All right, so this image right here, the reason why I keep showing you this foundation right here should enable you to handle looking at this. Now, this is a real image. This is real activity, okay? This, to me, looks like a warning to Italy. And we got some really interesting stuff going on in this one here, too. Not just what you see, there's more. Okay, so we're going to kind of go in here. And I want you to, first, when we tilt it this way, you can see these white eyes right where they're supposed to be. But then there's there's multi-dimensional, okay? This white eye up here now transitions to a yellow eye right there, which is a cat eye, slit eye, looking down now. The other eye was looking at you. This yellow eye, just beneath the white eye, just right there, is looking down towards the ground. He's looking down on Italy. All right? Now there's, like I said, we'll do this, and you can see this white eye up here, back to the regular kind of eyes if we, well, pull up like that. It's a multi-dimensional. God works. You can tell his handiwork. All right. And his face is being illuminated from the bottom by flames. All right. The other face we saw out by the moon was being illuminated from the top by the moon. Okay. And some people just say, oh, that's a beautiful sunset. Well, yeah. Let me get a full shot so you can see the whole. Look at how the clouds separate here. There's the shadow of the nose going up the face. Doesn't take pareidolia to see that. All right. That's blatantly obvious what's going on right there in the sky. And that's why I titled this, What the Hell in the Clouds Over Italy. Okay, so the what the hell? Well, it's hell in the clouds over Italy. Isn't it? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like hell in the clouds over Italy. So, what the hell in the clouds is over Italy. Yeah, pretty amazing capture right there. Okay. Now, I know it's disturbing. If you want to see more of this, it's over at this channel that we go to, World of Signs over here. Come over, give them a thumbs up, tell them some love, give them love and support. She's the best at finding these pictures here. And when you come over here and you look, I don't know if we can capture this on my camera or not, but there are dark nostril holes underneath the nose. No, that doesn't work on this one. We don't need that to work on this one. It's already painted in the sky. Right there. So that's our latest giant face in the clouds. And you can see, much like the other one we've worked with, how he uses the shading and the sunset for the faces. So we're going to put that one off to the side here a little bit. Where's the... what's that, the third phase? Did I capture that one yet? Okay, much like this face that we've seen here, okay, using the sunset, the cloud formation to do, and the shading to do a three-dimensional effect in the clouds with the shading and the colorization of the sunset. Exact same effect done here, okay? And the reason why I'm showing you guys this stuff is so when this happens and you look up in the sky and you actually see this thing or see something like this happening, you will have this as your foundation and you will know that you're okay. All right, so which would you rather have over your country? Would you rather have this stuff floating, or right here, this stuff floating over your country looking down? This eye right here looking down towards the ground. Gee, I wonder what's about to happen in Italy. Meanwhile, we got this one over our country. Okay, so when we're doing our readings to this image right here, be thankful we're doing it to that image and not to this one, or this one. Okay. This one here was captured over America as well. This was West Virginia, I believe. But again, that's my face there in the sky. I recognize my own face. Getting kind of weird when you see your own face in the sky, but after several years of this, gotten used to it. Now you guys are. Okay, so, and then again, not to scare you all, but that's my face in the sky as well. Okay? And it's a good thing you guys are on my better half and not this half. That's your choice, really. So, anyways, there's our latest capture. And you can come over here, do what you need to do to it to validate it for you. It's not pareidolia, that's the real deal. That's what a miracle looks like, okay? They're weird, they look strange, they're out of the ordinary. They are supernatural. Not natural, but supernatural. And boom, caught, captured May 3rd over Italy. All right, so there was that. Interesting stuff going on here. Come over to this was our there's also some kind of demon here with horns coming up right here. His nose, his jaw kind of sticks out. He's got an underbite type of jaw with teeth stick out. And this is the tornado, this ribbon that formed in the sky, formed a tornado way over here onto the left. But look at the structure, the cloud structure that was behind that storm at the time. Like I'm telling you, these storm chasers, what's weird is they're driving into storms that have faces on them. And they're looking at this structure right here, right? Because that's obviously what's going on in the sky. But back behind it, this ram horn type entity, the eyes, the nose come down here. Here's the upper mouth. Bottom comes out. He has like almost like a slot machine, or not like a cashier type drawer bottom jaw that comes out like a cash register drawer. Imagine that. It's weird. It's a character. It's almost like a cartoon character dealing with greed. The jaw sliding out with all the cashier, with the jaw and all the money in the cashier drawer is the temptation. You go to reach into that mouth to get the money, and the mouth bites down on you. Well, that's this entity, that spirit right there, captured in the clouds, and then this tornado formed right in front of it. And that's some of the stuff that I'm talking about that we're capturing here with these. I should have let that play a little bit longer right there. Yeah, that wasn't just a picture. That was a video. So let's let it play a couple times. Oh, also, satellites we're going to be seeing coming down. Possible meteors and stuff, so get used to seeing streak and stuff in the sky there. Yeah, like a tornado mustache. Yeah, I saw that. Kind of, huh? All right, so all kinds of activity is going on in your clouds, you guys. All right, and just a matter of catching it at the right time, at the right moment, and bingo. What a capture that one is, huh? All right, so, and then there's another one of those effects. Okay, let's just build up. And it was funny, this is third phase of Moon, and they're used to reporting on UFOs. And one of their UFO guys sent in a picture of a face in the clouds. I was used to be one of those UFO guys. And now I do faces in the clouds. And what do they got? Faces in the clouds on their UFO channel. And this stuff is just ironic, dude. God, it's just amazing. We can get rid. Oh, also this. Whoops. This music that we use for the intro here. I'm not gonna play the music, but the imagery. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan using the Force, and it's meeting in between here in the middle. This battle of good versus evil. This battle of good versus evil that goes on inside your head, because the spiritual realm is real. And these, evil dominions are attacking you mentally, as well as you got the good guy over here trying to fix you mentally while they're getting attacked. All right, so there's that. We got this one. What other image are we going to pull up? Is that good? Oh, we could do that with this. We could do, what's the man in the clouds? Let me just pull that one up real quick. This whole video real quick. Might even play a little bit of it.
Oh, holy fucking shit, guys.
All right, hang on. Minus the cussing. I want to just do this real quick. We're going to play the speed back at 0.75 for the electromagnetic voice print that was left on this video via the spiritual realm. Okay. And just try to capture this and see if you can hear it. Says, "He is the Christ who's coming quickly."
Oh.
on, let me fix that.
Go.
All right, hopefully you could hear that. It's not the best audio. I'm stuck with some computer speakers, but if you come over to this video, whoops, and put your headphones on and slow the speed down like I did to 0.75 and even slower, because there's messages right before this, and the messages are even slower and they're harder to hear, and I don't want to blow out your ears tonight. But hopefully you heard that one right there that says he is the Christ who's coming quickly, and then you see the staff come, or the lightning with the staff, right? Hopefully you guys don't get too offended with this guy's mouth, but here goes. Oh, if you do get offended by it, you need to work on that, okay?
Holy fucking shit, guys.
He is the wolf.
I think 2 hour adjust.
Oh no. Holy fucking shit.
It's funny what people say sometimes, their reaction.
I'm have to get video. Lock things out. Holy fuck.
No,
I think I've seen enough. I'm out of here. This last one, though, we're going to play really quickly again because...
Holy fuck.
All right. I want to see if we can capture this. What was this one at? 0.5 or 2.5.5. Whoops. Sorry. 0.5. There we go. It says Jesus in the flesh. Right now, here. Jesus in the flesh. Yeah, one more time.
Holy fuck.
And then you hear the wind. You hear the wind say the words, here. So, Jesus in the flesh, right now, here. When the lightning strikes, it's the word now and here at the same time. Now, here. So, Jesus, or he is the Christ who's coming quickly. Jesus in the flesh, right now, here. Okay? Amazing stuff that's being captured. Of course, that would never make it on the news, huh? But real event, and I can prove it. The EVP attached to it proves that it's a real event, okay? Nobody else knows about these EVPs. And to have it attached to an event like this, these guys had no idea that this was on their video, but I did. I knew what to look for, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a real event. I wonder if there's an EVP attached to it. And sure enough, there was two of them, one at the beginning and one at the end. And that's not the end of our event. It's not over yet. Let's go back to normal speed. Back it up.
Holy fuck.
No, I don't know.
Okay, that last one startled them so bad they ran inside and closed the door. Do you see that? That's a human reflex. That's a human response. Because the one before, you could hear him saying, "Okay, oh no, no, I've had enough. That's it. I'm done." And then it happened one more time, even closer to him, and that's when they ran inside and closed the door. That reaction tells me that's 100% real. Because you would do the very same thing if it happened to you. All right, so very, very important event that happened right there, okay? And you saw how this gets backlit. Let's get to one of these real quick. Where is it? 57? I think it's right there. Let me slow this down real quick and mute it. I want to capture one of these images here. Let me slow that down to 0.25. It's amazing. Sometimes you got to work with this audio, but if you slow stuff down, see, in the spiritual realm, stuff's happening at different speeds, at different times, different dimensions. Okay, so sometimes your activity is sped up or slowed down. Whoops. All right, enough with the speakers, please, Lord. Or let me turn that down because they're squealing in your ears. I'm just trying to capture this image, backlit with the backlit. Whoops. All right, so something behind is the light over here is illuminating the shadow. Okay, even in the other one, there's a backlighting that's creating a shadow. There was a shadow seen on MBV 333 that's not a human shadow, but it's another shadow that's being illuminated from behind. All right, so this is definitely the work of the Lord here. All right, so there's that image we got, and you heard the EVP that was attached to it. If you didn't, come over to this video, plug in your own headphones, and slow it down and listen closely. You will hear there's hidden messages in that event because it's a real event. Much like that's a real event, much like this is a real event. So now that we got you kind of out of the physical world, still in the physical world, 1 foot in there and one in the spiritual world, we're going to do a little reading. All right. Amazing stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And when you have to deal with this stuff and it's coming down the road, so you already see it happening. So when I show you images like this, it shouldn't faze you. You should be like, yep, that's understandable. And this is me, but this is me. And if you choose to love me, I'll love you back. I'll love you better than you could ever imagine. But for the people that hate me, the people that hate me, well, they get this version, right? It's kind of how this is working. All right, so you are precious to me. You are the precious family that I keep referring to you guys as, because you are. And is that where I'm starting on that note tonight? Because I had... Okay, we're going to back up a spot, I guess, and start right here. Okay, so everybody take a deep breath, get in your comfy spot. Got your snacks. Got your loved ones, your arms around your loved one, possibly. Your fur baby, maybe. Okay. I am the gate, and whoever enters through me will be saved. I am not a locked barrier, but an open door for you, for all of my chosen followers. Okay. I came into this world so that you might have life and have it to the full. A full life means different things for different people. So in your quest to live abundantly, don't compare your circumstances with those of others. You don't need as much money or as many luxuries as your neighbor in order to live well. Godliness with contentment, okay? And when you have that, when you are content, you see that, hey, I don't need all those luxuries. I'm content with what I got. Then godliness with contentment is great gain. All right, so I want you to achieve that godliness with contentment. I want you to have that great gain. I want you to be satisfied with my provision for you. If you have food and clothing and the basic necessities of life, seek to be content with that. And if I give you more, respond with joy and thankfulness. But don't cling to what you have or covet things that you don't. The only thing that you can cling to without harming your soul is me. Okay, now that was the preface for tonight's message. So when you're looking at that, and you know that that's lurking too, treasure me above all else. This will infuse joy into your heart and mind. It will also glorify me. To treasure something is to hold or to keep it, esteeming it as precious. Okay? I treasure you, so treasure me above all else. And to treasure something is to hold and keep it and esteem it as precious. Precious, that term, this precious family. I hold and I esteem this family as precious. So you do the same. To treasure something is to hold it and keep it, esteeming it as precious. Okay, I'm training you to hold securely onto me, your Savior God and constant companion. Knowing that I never leave your side can increase your joy and peace immeasurably. Stop right there. Stop right there. Here. This image. Okay? Trying to help you make sense out of all this. So when you look at this image right here that we seen before, okay? Half evil, half good, the bisymmetry of the mind, okay? And then where'd it go here? I had you. Okay, I'm training you to hold securely onto me. I'm training you to hold securely onto this side of your mind, onto the good side of your mind, all right? I'm your constant companion. And knowing that I never leave your side can increase your peace and joy. So you're in this demonic realm, but you still have this side of your brain. You still have good inside of you, okay? And that's where I'm saying, to increase your joy, knowing that I never leave your side. No matter how evil your thoughts get, I'm always still by your side. I'm on this side of your brain. See what I'm saying? That side of your spirit, that side of your soul. Okay? That's what that means. Okay? I'm training you to hold securely onto me, onto that side of your brain, the Savior God and constant companion. It's constantly there. No matter what happens, you see all kinds of evil going down, you still have the potential for good. That's the constant companion that's always there. And knowing that I never leave your side, you will never go full satanic. I will never leave your side, this side, okay? Knowing that I never leave your side can increase your joy and peace immeasurably. Okay? If you look at this face right there, it's black on one side and white on the other. So are you. We're just fixing that problem. We're making sure that you keep me at your side. Okay? Okay, now that you see this, now that you understand that, and now knowing that I never leave your side can increase your joy and your peace. Also, esteeming me as your precious Savior strengthens your desire to keep me in your sights and live according to my will. Okay, so keep me in your sights. Even though you're looking around at all this evil in the world, keep me in your sights. I never leave your side. Now, esteem me as your precious Savior, as I esteem you as my precious children, okay? When you esteem me that way, it strengthens your desire, okay? It's not about me. When you're esteeming me, it's not about that. It's about strengthening your desire to keep me in your sights. Well, now with this on the horizon, don't you think it's important to keep me in your sights? Can you see why that might be important now? Okay. So when you prize me above all else, other things lose their grip on you. Okay? You got this issue. Other things have a grip on you. You want them to loosen their grip? Prize me above all else, and other things will lose their grip on you. One way to discern what you hold dearest is to examine your thoughts when your mind is at rest. If you don't like what you find when your mind is at rest, do not despair. You can teach yourself to think about me more consistently. It's helpful to memorize scripture, especially verses that help you draw close to me, okay? Pick out the verses that you like that help you draw closer to me, okay? Try putting reminders of my loving presence throughout your home and workplace, like I said before, and remember to seek the help of my spirit because he delights in pointing you back to me. Okay, so I want you to know the depth and breadth of my love that surpasses knowledge. There's an enormous difference between knowing me and knowing about me. All right? Same thing. Believing in God or believing God. Believing what he said, believing what he told you, believing him. Oh, I can believe in the Bible. Yeah, I believe it's a book full of pages and paper, but do you believe the Bible? Do you believe the message, the concepts, the forgiveness, the love, the brotherhood? So there's an enormous difference between knowing me, for instance, like being here at this channel and enjoying these readings. You're getting to know me, aren't you? We're building a relationship, aren't we? Yes, indeed we are. So, there's an enormous difference between knowing me like you guys do and the rest of the world that just knows about me through the Bible. Okay. Similarly, experiencing my loving presence, like right now, is vastly different from knowing facts about my character. Okay, there's a big difference between hearing me and seeing me now than there is in knowing all the different factoids that are in the Bible, right? Now you find out, he's a real person. He's a real man walking around in the flesh like last time. The Word made flesh, remember? Yeah. So there's a big difference. You guys are blessed already in knowing me. We have a relationship here at this channel. Unlike the rest of the world who hasn't been to this channel and just knows about me through the Bible. Okay. Now this experiencing my loving presence right now together is vastly different from knowing the facts about my character. To experience my presence, you need the empowering work of my spirit. So ask the Holy Spirit to strengthen you with power in your inner being so that you can know my love in its full measure. And since the moment of your salvation, I have been alive in your heart. Did you know that? Since the moment of your salvation, that little spark you felt inside with me, I became alive in your heart. The more room you make for me there, the more I can fill you with my love. There are several ways to expand this space in your heart, and it's crucial to take time with me, enjoying my presence, and studying my word, and studying the channel, and the images, and everything we go over here. Okay? So, to experience my presence, ask the Holy Spirit. Ask him to strengthen you with power in your inner being. So, Holy Spirit, strengthen me with power in my inner being. What? Simple prayer like that? Yep. All of a sudden, you can know my love in full measure. And since the moment of your salvation, I became alive in your heart. Okay? The more room you make, the more I fill you up. Yeah, it's crucial to take time with me, enjoying my presence and studying my word and enjoying the show and finding peace in this too, okay? It's also vital to stay in communication with me. As Paul wrote, pray continually. It's hard to do, but when you're just kind of talking out loud your thoughts and you're exchanging them with me like I'm the invisible guy sitting shotgun right next to you, that joyful practice will keep you close to me. That's praying continually. And finally, let my love flow through you to others. Okay, that's once you've found it, then let it flow through you into your family, your friends, into others, okay? In both your words and in your actions. That's going to be a new filter in your brain. You're going to find you've got new words coming out and new actions coming out of you because you're letting my love flow through you into others. When you feel that sensation and know you've helped somebody, it makes you feel all nice and warm inside. You don't have to go bragging that you helped the homeless man down the street, but when you picked him up and you bought him lunch that day and no one saw, and you gave him a Coke and some extra bucks or whatever, that right there is a joyful practice. Your love gets to flow out of you into others. You make somebody else's day. That's that smile again that we were talking about. Trying to go through this battle zone with a crown on your head while everybody else is going to be scared. You're going to have to you're going to have to help them understand the demons in their own head. Okay? Christ is real. He's in the flesh. Here, right now. Here. Crazy. All right, back to this. Yeah, staying in communication with me, praying continually is a joyful practice, and it keeps you close to me. It helps you let my love flow through you into others, and then that filter goes in there, and it affects your words and your actions, and that makes my love in you complete. Okay? So when you're letting my love flow through you into others and your actions and words have changed, that's what makes my love in you complete. Hopefully you understand that concept. Trying to spell out these concepts for you so you can grasp them. Because it's a manner of living. It's a code. If you don't have some moral code, what do you have? Okay. So, what was the key point I wanted? Praying continually. I know everybody, how do you do that? How do you do that? It's hard. It's probably impossible to pray continually, but you try to pray continually when you realize every single thought and action that you do is not your own, being swayed this way and that way by one voice in one ear and another voice in another ear. Okay. And you're trying to figure out which way to go. That's why all these techniques that I'm teaching you and training you will help you in these coming times. So pray continually. And when you find out how to do it, you find that it's a joyful practice. It's not arduous, it's fun. It's like all of a sudden you realize you're not alone and you're constantly talking to him. It's no longer continual. It just is. It's just a part of you now. You know that there's an awareness right next to you. Okay. And whatever you're talking about is going to be heard in the spiritual realm, but you have that filter. You have love flowing through you, and that makes you kind of praying continually, and it makes the love that I put in you complete. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, that's the one right there, but that's the closer. Is it time to close already? No, I got two more for you. Okay. You guys enjoying this? Good. You want to change an image real quick here? Even though that one looks all scary and ugly, guess what? You still got, if I am for you, who can be against you? All right? And if I never leave your side, who can be against you? This face is bisected, by the way, too. This side is evil. And if you look closely over at this side, it doesn't have a horn. That's a half a crown of thorns pulling away. It's almost the same image right here. It's almost the same image right here. In the clouds. Is it not? And there's a horn up there, whatever. Sorry, it's not a very good idea. Blinding the camera. Okay? By symmetry of the mind, you have the capacity for good and evil. What do you choose? That's the battle. What do you choose? All right. I'll try to remember to put this link in the description, and you can come over here, or you can just go to this channel. You should be subscribed to this by now. Okay, go over here, check out this image. You can tweak your screen like I did, and you'll see that there's eyes and all kinds of different stuff going on in that one right there. But when you look at that, this side is still good. Okay, it's knowing the difference and then choosing. Right? You can choose. Or if you don't choose, there's a default setting. But if you do choose, then you've made a choice. Making no choice is still making a choice. Kind of, you chose not to choose, well, that's still a choice. Okay, now, this is the closer, right? Yeah, okay. So when you're thinking about that and you're looking at those images and what I just told you and how your mind works, I want you to also think when the way just ahead of you seems too difficult, turn to me and say, I can't, but you and I together can. All right? So when things finally get to that point, when they're too difficult and you're about to throw in the towel, it's about time you finally turn to me and say, I can't, but we can. Okay? When you put me in the equation, all of a sudden you're the Energizer Bunny, and I can't, all of a sudden you're like, wait a second. I'm in the salvage business here. Can't? That's not in my vocabulary. I can do anything with the Lord. You and I together. Okay? Together we make perfection. Okay? It's when we team up. That's part of my prayers before I do this show. It's like I know you're teaming up with me. Speak through me. Holy Spirit, help me. Jesus, help me with the message tonight. Okay? So, when the road seems too difficult, you're finally beaten down, turn to me and say, I can't, but we can. Acknowledging your inability to handle things on your own is a healthy dose of reality. Okay? A healthy dose of reality, real reality, not your fake news, not your this paradigm, this insane paradigm that whole society's wrapped up in is just sickening. But acknowledging your inability to handle things on your own is a healthy dose of reality. And however, this is only one part of the equation, though, because a sense of inadequacy by itself is immobilizing. So the most important part of the equation is recognizing my abiding presence, recognizing that I am here now with you, that I am here helping you right now. When you recognize that important part of the equation, you will have my desire to be helped. You'll have that. Okay, I get it now. You're helping me. I'm finally applying these, and now I want to be helped. I see this shit happening in the sky now. No, thank you. I want to be helped. Okay, that's simple, but hard to do. The most important part is recognizing my presence. Okay, when you pour out your heart to me, ask me to carry your burdens. Okay, you guys are carrying all your burdens in this backpack full of rocks, dragging around like, check out the rocks that I like to carry around. Well, those aren't even yours, buddy. And what's the point of carrying all these rocks around? Well, everybody says that the more you can carry, the stronger you are. No, that's not how it works. You don't need to be carrying around all this stuff. You really don't. These burdens, these worries. When you do, pour out your heart to me. It's for your own good. So pour out your heart and allow me to carry your burdens and show you the way forward too, okay? Give me your burdens and then let me show you the way forward after that. Because it's not just, okay, I'm done with the burdens, hey, move on. No, you will continue to pick up burdens if you don't let me show you how to take the backpack off, right? Or stop that behavior in the first place. It's immobilizing. Ask me to carry your burdens. You know why? Because I know exactly what to do with them. Give me your burdens. I know exactly what to do with them. I turn around and I make good out of them. I turn them into good, don't I? Because it makes you stronger when you overcome it, doesn't it? Now, when you got that, don't waste energy worrying about things that are beyond your control. I say again, let me carry your burdens and show you the way forward. Quit wasting energy on worrying about things that are beyond your control. Instead, use that energy, all that worrying, all that energy that you spent. Instead, use that energy to connect with me, seek my face continually, and be ready to follow wherever I lead. Trusting me to open up the way before you as you go. Like we're doing now. I'm opening up the way before you as you go. You probably didn't know about this until you came here. You weren't quite sure about this till you came here, right? So I'm showing you the way as we go. or before we go. Oh, that's right. That's why. Be ready to follow wherever I lead, trusting me to open up the way before you as you go. Dare to see your inadequacy, your weaknesses, as a door to my presence. View your journey as an adventure. This journey that we're on together, you and me together, view this as an adventure. That's a whole new perspective right there. What? This is an arduous life. This is a spiritual battle. This is an adventure. What? I got an invisible God sitting right next to me that sees and hears my every thought and move for real. Uh-oh. This is an adventure. Yeah. Now it's time you view your journey in life as an adventure that you share with me. Remain in close communication with me, enjoying my company as we journey together. Okay? Enjoying this show as we journey together. Okay, now here's the closer. So when you've gotten all this stuff under your belt and you can enjoy the journey with me together, no matter if it's got demons in the sky too. Still, don't let that rattle you. Enjoy the journey, this adventure that we're on, looking for little breadcrumbs along the way. Don't forget about those. And when you've gotten all that understood and you've grasped those concepts, there is peace and fullness of joy in my loving presence. So look for me as you go through each day, because I am eager to be found by you. I never lose sight of you. I watch over you continually, but there are many ways you lose sight of me. Most of these are just temporary distractions that are abound in the world. There are all kinds of distractions attacking you right now. The media and all this, drama here, war there. They've got all these distractions. They are temporary distractions that abound in the world. The remedy is simple. Just remind yourself that I am with you. I am here now. It's a real deal. You are sealed. Okay? Remind yourself. I'm with you. You love me. You're sealed. You hate me? Well, you might want to work on that, okay? Because the much more serious problem is forsaking your first love, forsaking me. That's a serious problem. And if you realize that this has happened, repent and come back to me. Confess the idols that have drawn you away from me, like the media, like all this other violent TV shows, anything that just takes that you've made an idol out of. You need to kind of go through during your fourth step and see what kind of idols you've made out of things. And it could be anything from a person, whatever takes priority over Jesus is an idol. But if it doesn't, then if you understand that it comes from the King, then you're all good. A much more serious problem is forsaking your first love. When you realize it happened, confess it and return to me. Take time to receive my forgiveness with thanksgiving. All right? It's okay when you've been doing, wait, I was going down the wrong path. Oh, shit. Come to me and repent and run back to me. Take time to receive my forgiveness. But then when you receive that forgiveness in time, you'll be thankful. You'll finally have that thanksgiving in your heart. So take time to receive my forgiveness with thanksgiving. Collaborate with me in rearranging your priorities, making me first in your life. And as you spend time in my presence, think about who I am. I am King of the universe. I am light of the world. You get to bask in this light of life so that you can reflect me to others. Okay? That's why you get this low down, top secret information that even the most elite don't even have. So you get to bask in this knowledge and reflect me to others. And while you're here at this show, while you are delighting in me, I fill you up with love, with joy, and with peace. Don't I? All right, you guys. Love, joy, peace can all be yours. It's all a state of mind. Which do you choose? Throughout your day, you're going to be attacked mentally. And that's where all these tricks fall into place. And you're like, all right, Lord, help me with this. Being attacked right now. Help me stay positive. Write that little thing down. We're in the salvage business. I'm in the salvage business. When your day's going bad, I'm in the salvage business. Okay? Even when you're having a good day and nothing's going wrong, somebody else probably needs some help. I'm in the salvage business. Okay? It's a healthy reminder that I do to myself. Helps me throughout my things that I have to go through. Okay? When you remind yourself, hey, I'm on a mission from God. I am in the salvage business now. I know I have elite clearance that way beyond anybody else. You are special in a way that there is no security clearance high enough for this. You're either divine or you're not. You're all divine. It just depends on which side of the line you want to choose. Okay. Over here, I'm trying to build this foundation. I want this foundation rock solid in your mind, because they're going to throw all kinds of crazy stuff at you. And you think this is crazy? This is real. This is real. What's crazy is the paradigm that you live in with a media that is allowed to lie blatantly to the people. They're allowed to take us to war and mass murder people with this gung-ho spirit. Yeah, let's go get them. No, we're not out here to kill people. Oh, well, we're going to need more money for that. No. It's not what this story's about. This is a spiritual battle. You guys at this channel are spiritual warriors in spiritual warfare. Not many other people are. That's what makes this the spiritual warfare department. Okay? When I tell you I'm the leader of the spiritual warfare department, I am. I am the leader of the spiritual warfare department, okay? You want help? Come to me. I will help you. When you're having those struggles inside, ask for my help. It's already inside you. All you need to do is be open-minded enough to believe. Once you believe, something magical happens. You're what? In the presence of God right now? Yeah. Something magical happens. Something miraculous. Beyond magic. Magic is black magic. Something miraculous happens. You are now in the presence of God, making you a child of God. See how precious this family is? Do you understand when I use the word precious? You're precious to me. Hopefully, I'm precious to you. Together, we make perfection. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope it gave you strength and courage and hope. And I hope you understand the processes and how you're going to find that love inside of you, and you're supposed to reflect that love I gave you out to others. I love you. I miss you. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. Can't you tell? You should be able to tell by my character, by what's going on here. I even kind of gave you, well, we'll get into the dot to dot a little bit later, but just so you guys can have some comfort now, even in the midst of all this turmoil, we're building character, okay? Remember that part. I'm in the salvage business. Keep reminding yourself of that as you go through your day. It'll help you see from a different perspective. When you're feeling down and you're falling into the pity pot, or having a pity party, remind yourself, hey, I get to do this. I'm in the salvage business. And then that helps you help others. All right. That's it for tonight. Like I said, I love you. I miss you. Until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. And guess what? I'm coming soon. Bye.